something with this. You know, whenever we are in sets of communities, whether it is work, whether it's church, whether it's school, whether it's family gatherings, whether it's the book club, like we're in senses of places and community, you know, with the biasism people have, there's some interesting parts where biasism can lead to the isms, racism, sexism, and homophobia, you know, all these pieces, and Zionism, like all the stuff that goes, xenophobia, and it's always critical that we challenge it, speak out against it, and to nip it, as some people say, right? Because it's like that snowball effect. One thing leads to the other, and it's a rolling and it's a rolling. It's this large problem that makes things unbearable, that makes things so difficult to do anything, to enjoy the service, to enjoy work, to enjoy hanging out with friends, to enjoy the book you read, whatever community you're in, right? So it's really important if you are a leader within an organization, but even if you don't have a position of power, right? If you're in a club and you don't have an elected membership, or if you're running a program and you don't have this position, you know, in the seniority level, it is never okay to allow racism to go through. Like it's always our responsibility to call it out. It's our responsibility to stand up and fight against it. It's exhausting. It's a lot of work. It's not fair. And it is always typically the people of color and allies who will say it and will push back and do it. And that is very respectable because it holds self true to who we are, and to not allow these individuals to control, to not allow to stigmatize, to not allow to have this implicit biasism towards whatever community they're impacting. And reality is when they are in those positions of power, when they're leading organizations that specifically work with people of color or communities of color, it's a recipe set up for disaster, right? It's a place where people are used not for their experience or their life to empower them, but more as a space to ridicule them and to embarrass them, or to use them as a statistic. You know, it's like, oh, this is the sob story. And using people like that is not okay. So really when I think about if people are leading an organization, and that is, you know, if they're leading an organization and it's directly people who impact and work with people of color, communities of color, it's your responsibility to be holding that people accountable. So yeah, things I'm thinking